Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Thursday, it's August 4th of 2022, and we are back at headquarters here for Let's Go Travel Tips. We had a wonderful visit with our family, got to love our sweet little granddaughters, the brand new one, as well as the others who were already here, and we just had the best time. So thank you very much for all of your well wishes and for all of the love that you have sent us since we got that new little brand new granddaughter. We are tickled pink with all of our granddaughters and our one little grandson. It is truly the joy of our life. So I wanted to start off today's show just a little bit differently. We do have so much to talk about, but I wanted to say something else first. So many of you know Tony and Jenny La Lita Loca. We watch them just like you do, thoroughly enjoy everything that they put out there. We really enjoy their channel. And they don't know us from anybody. I know they don't watch a small channel like ours, but I just wanted to let you all know that we are thinking of them. They are in our prayers as Tony has his biopsy on his thyroid today, and we wish them all the very best. I think I have a little bit more empathy towards them. I don't have my thyroid anymore because I went through that same thing, only I ended up having thyroid cancer. They took my thyroid out. I'm doing great, but I feel like my heart is with him a little bit more because maybe I have felt a little bit of what he feels. So, and I hope that he does not have cancer. I hope it's just nothing. Anyway, I just wanted to send them love. So first of all, let's talk about what's going on in Skagway. Can you guys believe it? There was another rock slide yesterday afternoon, about 5 p.m. Skagway time, right there where the rocks had slid before, over by the pier, that dock right there that the princess ships had usually been at, that they were not using now, and changing how they do things. There was another rock slide there, everyone, a landslide, whatever you want to call it. And luckily no one was hurt. And if you are not in our Facebook group yet, you should join over there. I was just looking it up, and someone had been kind and sent me a message because we were driving home yesterday in and out of cell service and internet service. And so anyway, Trish and Tammy were on top of it. Over on our Facebook group, you can find the link to someone happened to just be videoing, and I believe it was from a cruise ship when the landslide happened. And so there's that. And then there's a little news story that they also clipped there. The Skagway News covered it, and they just basically, luckily no one was hurt. The ticket booth that was right there did get damaged, the little borough, the town manager said. And so look at that. Isn't it a huge blessing that the experts there decided not to use that dock, because someone could have been hurt if a ship was right. I'm sure someone would have been hurt if they had been walking on that dock right then. So I am really grateful that everyone is okay. Wanted to bring you up to date on that. I don't think that there's going to be itinerary changes due to that, since they already have made the itinerary changes. But there's there's two spots there for big ships to dock, and I had Gordon attach my little video after my video 2 days ago. If you didn't catch that, you might want to go back and see it. But when I was there, it was right at the end of June. If you're new here, I was on the Holland America Koningsdam. The Celebrity Solstice was actually tied up there, and they were tendering their passengers in. So they were tied up at the dock further down, but they were not using the dock for people to walk on, okay? And so I don't know if that is going to change any, if they think it'll still be stable enough to allow that. I guess we'll just kind of see what happens. And so wanted to bring you up to date on that. Another thing that's going on in Alaska, you remember I think it's about a month ago when we were talking about the quantum of the seas and how she was going to need, she's been having some propulsion trouble this year, and they were hoping to be able to do all of the repairs through the third cruise in August. So the first 3 cruises, it was August 1st and the 8th and the 15th, if I remember correctly. Well, they have just announced, and our Let's Go family members, if you received, I know I've had some people tell me who are on those sailings, but if you happen to receive the official notice, if you would email it to me, that would just be wonderful. But anyway, it is going to affect the sailings clear through, it looks like almost the end of September. And so I am really sorry, but those of you who are on those sailings. You will not be going to see the Dawes Glacier and having that experience because she's just not sailing fast enough to be able to do that and be able to hit all of the ports. So that's another announcement to do with Alaska. Alrighty, and then one other thing that I want to talk to you about before we get to the rest is Carnival has announced that they are upping the bandwidth on their ships, which I think is fabulous. So the bandwidth, as you all probably know, has to do with how fast the internet goes on the ship. And a couple of things about that. Carnival announced that they have noticed since the restart that people are using the internet more than ever. And Carnival, which seems a little different than what we've seen from Princess lately, has realized that they need to do something about that. And so they are upping the bandwidth, both so that it affects the upload and the download speeds. And they have also done a lot to make it so that the internet is more user-friendly for their crew members. The crew members can now go ahead and text using the WhatsApp app, so that they can stay in touch with their friends and family easier. They can do that for free, as well as they have lowered the price for some of the packages for the crew members. So I think that's awesome. And then another thing is everyone's talking about Starlink with Carnival, and it seems like a really good thing. You might remember that Royal Caribbean announced that they were going to go with Starlink, and we are already hearing that some of their ships are already outfitted with the equipment that they need to use Starlink, and it's going fabulously. And so it makes me really excited that Carnival has announced this, because if Carnival does it, then it gives me hope that Princess will maybe get on board with that. I think that it is really important that the cruise lines have good internet, because people need to keep in touch even when they're on vacation for a myriad of reasons. Sometimes people have a job that they can't leave entirely alone. They have family members that they've got to contact and stay in touch with for lots of reasons. And so I think it is really important that, and you know what, y'all need to watch my videos too when you're on the ship. And I like to hear from you all. I like to be able to check my email and my messages and see the comments when they're coming in, rather than thinking, well, it's going so slow, I can't see that right now. And so I am really excited about this announcement from Carnival. I'll be looking for more information on it, but I thought it was really, really good news and bodes well, because if they get it, like I said, hopefully Princess will, maybe Holland America will. I think it'll be a good thing for everyone. So that's awesome news. Now, the next thing that I want to talk to you about, we're going to talk about an update with Princess, two of our Princess ships, and then we're going to talk a little bit what I feel is the elephant in the room. And so I am really excited to get you guys' input on it. So first of all, though, I wanted to let you know that it is really exciting that the Diamond Princess and the Sapphire Princess are actually sailing back right now to California, and the Diamond Princess is going to arrive tomorrow, August 4th. No, wait, today is August 4th. She's arriving today. Feel a little bit behind here since I've been gone. But anyway, she is going to arrive in Los Angeles today. And then so as you probably know, the Diamond Princess and the Sapphire Princess have not restarted cruising yet. They have been paused clear back since like February or March, of 2020, I guess it would be February, is when they were paused when COVID happened, and they have not resumed yet. So it is really big news that they are going to resume sailings. The Diamond Princess, the Sapphire Princess usually sail much more over in Asia, those itineraries over in that region, and so it's a really big deal that they're coming. Now, the Diamond Princess is going to start sailing out of San Diego starting on September 1st, and as we have talked about before, she's going to be going down to Mexico on some of those Mexican Riviera cruises. She's going to be doing the Sea of Cortez with that, the Baja Peninsula, California coast, as well as to Hawaii. And then she has a really exciting cruise that they are only doing one time in November, and it's a 20-night Central America cruise that goes to Mexico, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama, and Guatemala. And so I looked at it, and there are still some openings on that sailing. So if you want to do that, I think that's going to be a one-time thing. So you might want to take a look at that. And then the Sapphire Princess is supposed to be arriving in Los Angeles on, let's see, what day is she coming? August 20th. And so she is going to start sailing again, and we'll be doing the California coast, also some of the 4 to 50 night sailings, Mexico, Hawaii, and the California coast. And so it's really, she was actually going to restart, you might recall, a while ago, and then they had to delay it. So hopefully everything will go smoothly this time, and I am really excited because then Princess will have all of her ships sailing again, and I think it's a lovely opportunity. So once the Sapphire Princess does those sailings through the fall here, then she is going to be heading down to South America for the 2023 into 2024 to do, 2022, 2023 to head down and do the Antarctica sailings. And she is also, the Sapphire Princess is also going to be doing those South America and Antarctica sailings 2023 to 2024. January 20th of 2024 is when we're doing our group cruise to Antarctica. And if you'd like information about that and coming with us, just send me an email. But it's the Sapphire Princess will be doing those both years. And so I am really excited. When we did Antarctica last time, it was the Coral Princess. And you know, one thing I want to point out super fast is because I've been looking at a lot of cruises, trying to figure out what else to do for group cruises. And I was looking at options with Holland America, and Holland America, if you want to do an Antarctica cruise with Holland America, they do include some more port stops in South America, but they also just have the 4 days of scenic cruising there in Antarctica like Princess does. But the shortest cruise that you can go on with Holland America that hits Antarctica is 22 days. So that is another reason that I love Princess, because if you, like we, are still working and it's harder for us to take 22 days. So if you need a shorter window as well, Princess is a really good option for that. So I just wanted to let you know about that. And once again, I am so excited that these ships are doing this. So let's go ahead and talk about, this is just kind of funny, and I really want to know what everybody thinks. I have gone back and forth about talking about this so many times, but then Carnival released some information today, and I just decided it was a good time. So tell me what you all are thinking about this. And so the thing I'm going to talk about that I think is honestly an elephant in the room is food on cruise ships. And so let me start off by saying that Carnival today announced that they are really making some changes. Let me tell you about so Carnival announced that they are making some changes, and it is it's their cost saving measures that they are having to introduce. I often hear from people that they don't feel like the food on cruise ships is the same as it was before COVID. And I agree with you. It's not. But I, quite frankly, don't really know what is like it was before COVID, except for, do you know, my point is so much has changed. So we sit there with that, and then so I hear from people that, and food is so hard because it is so subjective. You know, 2 people can eat the same plate of food, and one person will think it's delicious, it's great, and somebody else will find it inedible. So to me, it is so hard because it is subjective. But at the same time, I hear from people that don't like the food on Princess, they're not going to cruise with them anymore. I hear from people who are sailing on other cruise lines, the exact same thing. And then I hear also same cruises, same menus. It's such good food. It's delicious. It was wonderful. So that's where we are today. So let me walk you through a little bit of the changes that Carnival has announced today, and I will tell you what I noticed recently on the cruises that I've been since the restart, and also on like Holland America. I was just on Holland America. So a few things that Carnival says that they are going to change here. Let's see, where did it go? It's right here. Sorry. Okay, Carnival has announced, and some of them, they say they're permanent, and it started August 1st. And so they used to have 24-hour pizza, and now they are going to have pizza from 9 a.m. till 4 a.m. So for that 5-hour window there, the pizza is going to be closed. Do I think that's a big deal? No. I think that between 5 a.m. and 9 a.m., to not have pizza available, that is okay. But I noticed, I think that's actually pretty good service on pizza. When I've been on Princess, they usually close the pizza up on the pool deck there between like 10 or 11. 11 is the latest that I've seen it open. On Holland America, they have their pizza area on the Koningsdam that was right up there by the inside pool area, and it was open, I think, until midnight. I don't think that it was 24 hours. but forgive me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that it closed at midnight. But so they, I think that closing at 4 a.m. for pizza is okay. They are also not going to have their late night snacks available. It used to be that you could always get their late night snacks, they say, at their Lido restaurant, and that option's just going to go away, and they're just going to direct people more towards what's offered at the pizza place if you need a late night snack. They also have their C-Day brunch, and a lot of us, I think, if you're out late the night before, or if you've just flown in and you're trying to adjust to the time, you sleep a little bit later on that first C-Day, and they are no longer going to be serving the brunch until 1. It will end at noon, so I think that that is easily adjustable. I'm sure that lunch will probably just start at noon instead of the brunch. They had their Ocean Plaza where you could slide through and just pick up a little bit of food if you wanted a snack, or their lines were huge at the buffet. That is no longer going to be available again. And then one thing that I think that I wonder if they are going to end up having to walk back, I don't know. You know how when you're on a cruise and they have those room service menus for breakfast? I know I used it like every morning on Holland America, and on Princess, we always use it, especially on days. If it's a sea day, we usually go eat breakfast, but if it's a day, and especially it is early, that we have to be ready to depart on our shore excursions, we always use that option, because you select like the half an hour window that you want your breakfast delivered. They bring it, then you can eat it. Like I would always eat it while I was finishing getting ready so that we could be ready to go on time. They are not doing that anymore. If you want to have that, you're going to have to call down to room service and ask for that. So to me, that is a really big change, and I think it's going to be interesting to see how that pans out for them. And then finally, with Carnival, they would allow you to have your special occasion cakes, like if you were celebrating somebody's birthday or anniversary, that would be available in the main dining room. But what they're going to start doing instead is have you pick your favorite dessert off of the menu, and then they'll put a candle in there and you can celebrate that way. That's another thing. And then finally, I really like, they also said that some things that they have had to pause since the restart are starting up again. So the chef's table is going to start up again. And also they have the specialty restaurant Cucina del Capitano is going to open Fleet Ride on Saturday, August 6th. And so that makes me happy that some things are opening. And I forgot to tell you, they have their chocolate extravaganza and also their tea time. And both of those are paused for now, but they don't know if they will maybe come back in the future. So I guess we will have to wait and see. Now, with all of that happening, it gives me a lot of things to think about. And I know that you do too. Every time I go to the grocery store, everything costs more. And it doesn't matter if I just went to the grocery store last week. I'm wondering if you all are seeing that as well. And so in the long run, that really does affect what you buy and how often you have whatever to eat, and just kind of how you run your budget. And so I am sure that that is affecting the cruise lines. Think of where the cruise lines sit in this. They sell these cruises. They have all of these people to feed and get, to all of the ports. But fuel prices have gone through the roof, and food prices have gone through the roof. And so I honestly don't know how there cannot be a change. And I have just decided that I don't mind. You wouldn't call, I'm not a foodie. I like really good food. It's very good, but it's not a deal breaker for me. Okay. And the other thing that I have noticed, like for example, this was a big thing to me when I went on Holland America. So many people have talked about their food for years that I thought this is going to be remarkable. It's going to be a step above. And you know what? It wasn't. It was very comparable to the food that I've had on Princess. And, in fact, their desserts are not as nice. They don't have beautiful desserts like they do on Princess. Every evening, there's always like the one or two fancy desserts, and then the ones that you can always choose from. The ones on Holland America in the main dining room are very unremarkable. And the ones that I had like at the Pinnacle Grill for dessert, it looked beautiful, but the taste wasn't there. And so I think that you just have to enjoy what you get and just be happy with it. Did I eat the one at the Pinnacle Grill? Absolutely. I did eat it. It wasn't as delicious as I expected, but it was good. And so I just wanted to tell you this just to say that I think things are changing everywhere. And I think that it's inevitable. Do I think that it's due to COVID? I think that COVID has a hand in almost everything that is happening economically these days. And I also think that some things happen in economics because of politics. They happen just so many factors. But in the end, it doesn't matter. We get to go on cruises. And so I think to me, it's another instance of like, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Go on your cruise and enjoy it. But I want to know what all of you think. I want to know what you've thought about the food since you have any cruising that you have done since the restart, and kind of what you think about the whole situation. Would I like them to add, an extra $500 to my cruise fare to be able to serve me fancy food at every meal? Nope, I wouldn't. But maybe some other people would. And so I think that's a really fun way to look at things, because everybody likes different things and there's not a right or wrong. It's just different. And so I am really happy to have all of you here with us. And if you haven't subscribed yet, would you please go ahead and subscribe to our channel, because we need you with us. And I think you're going to enjoy being a part of us. If you appreciate these updates, would you please give this video a thumbs up, because that really does help us. I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.